The biggest furniture company on earth sells more than 1 billion meatballs a year by its own count, and it has held a hot dog at the same price since the 1990s. None of that is a quirk. The meatballs are bait. The path you walk through the store was designed for you, not by you, and the furniture you carry out, you build yourself for free. It's a machine, and it starts with the meatballs. So we're taking IKEA apart today. 3 mechanisms. First, the structure. Almost every IKEA store on earth pays 3% of its sales to a business most shoppers have never heard of. Second, the maze. The reason there are no windows, no clocks, and only one way through. And third, the box. The flat pack that turns shipping air into profit and turned you into the labor. Walk into any IKEA. Before you pick up a single pencil, that store already owes 3% of everything it sells to a company nobody has heard of. Enter IKEA. Last year, that 3% came to 1.32 billion euros. Most IKEA stores are run by one enormous franchisee called IKEA. About 9 in every 10 euros of all IKEA sales, 87.4% under one owner. But IKEA doesn't own the IKEA name. Inner IKEA does. And in 2012, it bought the trademarks to the IKEA brand for 11.8 billion euros. It's still writing that off, about 260 million euros a year, to own its own name. Above it all sits no family and no shareholders, but a foundation in Liechtenstein, the landlord of a brand almost no one who shops there has ever heard of. There are almost no windows, no clocks, one fixed path that winds past 50 furnished rooms, whether you came for a wardrobe or a light bulb. An architecture professor at University College London, Alan Penn, studied that layout and called it a psychological weapon. Going to IKEA, he said, is truly a submissive experience. You relinquish control to the maze, and once you have, you're more likely to hand over control of your wallet. And along that path, IKEA feeds you 665 million diners a year by IKEA's own count. The meatballs are not lunch. They're a traffic machine. IKEA's food chief in America at the time, Gerd Dewald, called the meatball the best sofa seller. A hungry customer leaves, a fed one stays and shops. It's Comprad's famous line, "You can't do business with someone on an empty stomach." It's also why a Swedish IKEA hot dog has cost 5 kroner, about 50 cents, since 1995. When the company nudged it to 7 kroner in 2022, the outcry put it back down within days. The maze keeps you walking, the meatballs keep you fed. But neither explains the low price on the tag. That's the box. As IKEA tells it, the flat pack began as an accident. In 1956, an IKEA designer named Gillis Lundgren was loading a table into a car for a photo shoot. The table would not fit, so he unscrewed the legs and laid them flat. And IKEA saw what everyone had missed. Ship a table assembled, and you're mostly shipping air. A flat box is cheaper to ship and less likely to break. When IKEA repacked its Ektorp sofa to lie flatter, the box shrank by about half, and the Wall Street Journal reported the price fell around 14%. But the box does one more thing. It takes the last, most expensive step, assembly, off IKEA's floor and onto yours. You drive it home, and you finish the factory's work. So here's the machine. Cheap food and a 5 kroner hot dog pull people in. The fixed path walks them past everything IKEA makes. The flat pack cuts the cost of getting it to the shelf, so IKEA cuts prices, which it has by about 10% in 2 years on purpose. Lower prices pull in more people, who walk the path again. Above all of it, 3% skims off the top to Inner IKEA. The cuts are so deliberate that Inner IKEA's own net profit fell from 2.2 billion euros to 1.5 billion in a single year, chasing volume. And the punchline, that 1.5 billion is more than IKEA made. The giant retailer with all the stores and 166,000 staff netted just over 1.4 billion. The company that owns the name out-earned the company that runs the shops. Picture it. You on your living room floor with an Allen key in your hand. A car plant pays the workers who bolt the car together. IKEA hands you the pieces and an instruction sheet. You do the bolting and you pay for the parts. You are the last worker on the line. The store is the front of the factory. The final station, where the product actually gets built, is your living room. You staff it. For free. Which brings us to the teardown lesson, one you can use tonight. IKEA never pushes you to buy. It builds a path where buying is the easiest thing to do. Design the path, not the push. In business, that's the move. Shape the environment, and let it sell for you instead of strong-arming the customer. In life, the same idea is quieter and more useful. To change what you do, stop leaning on willpower and change your surroundings. Tomorrow we take it into the subscription trap, the machine that bills you every month for things you forgot you signed up for. Subscribe so you don't miss it, because the layout of your day decides more than your willpower.